Good evening. My name is Paul Bach. I represent the Responsible Local Development Political Action Committee here in Scotts Valley. Many of you know that several weeks ago the city had planned an economic study Q&A session, and the city had desired that to be for contractors, but never announced that that public would not be allowed. When the city found out that roughly 100 citizens wanted to take off from work to attend that meeting, what did the city do? The city canceled that meeting rather than allow the citizens to attend the meeting to be able to ask questions. And so I have to ask this question: what does it say about our city when the city would rather cancel a meeting than schedule a meeting and allow the citizens to attend? So we knew that there were citizens that had questions, and so we sponsored an event, and we sponsored that event last Monday. And believe it or not, we had between 175 and 200 people show up on a weeknight. The meeting was scheduled for 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock, and the last person asking a question left at 11 o'clock. The meeting went well beyond the time frame. I find it interesting also that of the 175 to 200 people that attended, all of the questions that were asked of the city or statements that were made, the only positive statements in favor of Target were made by city employees or ex-city officials or by Reuben Heelick, the real estate agent who will make a commission off of the deal. Of 50 people that spoke and 50 people that asked questions, not a single positive statement was made about the Target situation. And yet, we put a half-page ad in the press banner several days beforehand, and that ad advertised that this was a meeting for people who were in favor of Target, people who were neutral on the topic, and for people that were also opposed. I think that says quite a bit about the sentiment in the city. Now, one of the things that I'm pleased about is that all 7 candidates for the city council actually attended that meeting. And so that says something also that maybe the candidates also had questions. And we would like the city to begin sponsoring sessions like the one that we sponsored. We want the city to hold meetings and allow the citizens to ask questions. And that's what I want the city to do. And I'm hoping the city will step up to it. And if the city won't, we'll have to sponsor it again. But we would prefer that the city take an open approach and do that. Now, one of the things we learned at the meeting was that Michael Schulman with the planning office actually made a statement that citizens can ask any questions that they might want of the city, and those questions will be replied to under CEQA rules. Now, I questioned Michael about that because that contradicts something that the City Attorney Kirsten Powell had previously said to me. City Attorney Kirsten Powell had told me that the economic impact study questions would not be covered under CEQA rules. So I'd like to know which is true. Now, I realize you may not have to, you believe, but what's the right thing to do? Canceling a meeting because citizens wanted to attend, maybe you had the right to do it, but was it the right thing to do? Maybe you don't have to follow CEQA rules for an economic study, but is it the right thing to do? And the answer is, it's the right thing to do. You want to have an open process. You want to have people be able to ask questions and get answers. There's no justifiable reason not to allow people to ask questions and not to understand it. By the way, there was another interesting fact that came out in the press today. The numbers that we've heard, the $500,000 in tax revenue, guess what? It shrunk to $350,000. Target themselves said that the estimated revenue for that store is not $50 million per year, it's $35 million per year. And in addition to that, 2 days ago, Target announced that they missed their numbers and that this coming year they're going to open 20 stores less than they previously were planning to open. So there's a lot of things going on right now. Certainly the numbers we've heard don't jive with the numbers we've been told. We have questions. My request to the city is please hold these meetings so we don't have to hold the meetings for you. Thank you.